ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? How do I want to feel about my marriage? So one might say, I want to feel happy. I want to feel connected. I want to feel light. I want to feel like we're partners. I want to feel like we have fun together. Okay, cool. Well, what are you going to do about that? And then your monkey brain might be like, well, if they did this, then I would be that way. But no, 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 no. Here I am as your marriage coach telling you we can't control other people. So, what we can control is ourselves, our attitude, how we behave, how we respond. So, if we want to feel those things in our marriage, what are we going to do with ourselves to help us feel that way? Welcome to the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Perda. As a marriage coach who's married with 3 kids, I know how much parenthood could change a marriage. If flirting, laughing, and having fun together feels like a thing of the past, then I'm here to teach you that marriage doesn't have to feel so hard with your parents, and your marriage can thrive even when you're in the season of raising kids. Whether you're in a good place in your marriage and you just want to continue growing together, or you're wondering if you even like your spouse anymore, this podcast has something for you. Join me here each week as we dive into what it takes to help your marriage grow, and maybe even do a 180. You'll learn ways to handle conflict better, bring that spark back into your relationship, as well as learn how to improve other areas of your life from my lovely guest experts. Are you ready for the next stage of your life and marriage? Let's dive in. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. Today, we're going to keep it real simple, real foundational, because this is what you need in order to see any growth, to see any improvement in your life, in your marriage, in your journey as a parent. And so this is a 2-step process, one that I am noticing all of my clients who first come to me don't have these 2 things. And it is life-changing, okay? The very first question I ask anytime someone schedules a consultation with me to talk to me about potentially working together is, what is it that you are wanting? And they struggle to answer this question, okay? So if you are also having trouble being able to articulate what it is that you want without using words like, well, I don't want him to do this, and I need him to stop doing this, and you're having trouble verbalizing it in a way that says exactly what you want, not what you don't want, but what you want, then this episode, I need you to listen to it very carefully, take notes if you need to, pause if you need to, re-listen to it, okay? Because without this foundational 2-step process, you're going to be looking at 5 years down the road and be like, why am I still in the same place? Why is my marriage still not changing? Why do I feel more resentful, more frustrated? Why am I waking up not looking forward to life, feeling like nothing has made any progress, nothing is moving the needle, nothing is going the way I want it to? Okay, if that's you and you're like, gosh, I've been complaining about the same stuff for years now and I'm not seeing any changes, then please, please, please do yourself a favor. Do your future self a favor and listen very carefully. Okay? Now, the 2 things you need to do to set your marriage, your life up for growth, for progress, for improvement, for whatever, fill in the blank, for something positive in your life is step number 1, establish a vision. Okay? If you've been listening to the show for a while, you've been in my world for a while, you know that I am always talking about the importance of having a vision, okay? I don't mean psychic vision, although that'd be pretty cool. What I mean is having exactly the picture of how you want your future to be crystal clear. having an idea of what it is that you are wanting, what you are working towards, okay? Not just, okay, same shit every single day, okay? New day, same old stuff. That's not what I mean. I don't mean, oh, what am I doing this week? What am I doing tomorrow? No, 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 no. I mean, what am I doing 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now? Okay? What is it that I'm doing at that point? What does my life look like? What's my marriage look like? What do I look like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? What's my journey with motherhood like? What's my relationship with my kids? What am I doing for work? Do I own my own business? Am I not working? Am I working? What's my relationship with my parents, my siblings, with my friends? Who is surrounding me? Who do I have in my life? How do I feel about my life? How do I feel about myself? What am I doing with my time? Okay? This is what I mean by vision. If we're only thinking ahead to, I don't know, an hour from now, like what's for dinner, or what am I doing tomorrow, next week, then you're never going to make the kind of moves that you need to establish the life that you are dreaming of. The one that maybe you haven't been giving yourself permission to work towards because you feel like, oh, it's so far away, it's unattainable. That's like stuff for other people. No. Okay. I want you to take that BS, throw it in the trash can, burn it up. Okay. Because whatever it is that you want out of your marriage, out of your life, out of parenthood, you deserve that. Okay. And probably more than what you think you deserve. Because realistically, as females, I feel like we have not really been taught or given permission or been modeled to be able to dream big and actually go for what we deserve. And so we kind of play it small. Okay. We're not going to go into that today. That's a whole other topic. But seriously, when was the last time you gave yourself some time to close your eyes and actually picture how you want life to be? Do you want to be a couple who has done the work, has grown together, and you guys are just still laughing your butts off till your cheeks hurt? You are still flirting with each other. You are exploring together, going on adventures together, traveling together. You are doing things like, I don't know, new hobbies together, learning still about each other and having fun and feeling really connected, right? Do you live somewhere else that you don't live right now? Are you retired somewhere super fun, like Hawaii, or I don't know, somewhere fun? Fill in the blank, whatever fun means to you, right? Are you living just down the block from your future grandkids and you are always playing with them and you're helping out and you are an integral part of your kids' daily, weekly, monthly life, right? What does your future look like? What's something that you dream of but haven't actually verbalized, haven't told anyone because you think no one cares? Or you think it's like a very far fetched, unattainable goal. Okay, whatever it is, when was the last time that you allowed yourself to take time to actually think of it? If it's been a while, I want you to pause right here. Like, give yourself permission to pause it right here and take time to do that. Whether you're drawing a picture, whether you are journaling, whether you are visualizing it while meditating, it doesn't matter. Go on a walk, right? However, your preferred method of being able to create a vision is, do that. Okay. And if you don't know where to start, I actually have a free masterclass where I walk you through a visualization so that you can create your vision. Okay. So, whatever method or approach you want to take, do that right now. But not if you're driving. Okay. We don't want to do that. No car crashes. I want you safe. I want you healthy. Okay. So when you have a moment, or no, strike that, because I know you're going to be like, I don't have a moment. I want you to take time to schedule it in your calendar right now. Look at where you can make time, whether it's right after the kids go to sleep, you do it by yourself, or you do it with your partner, or maybe you're doing it during your lunch break, or when your kids are going down for a nap. Wherever you have been filling that time with scrolling social media, or watching a show, or doing something that's not moving the needle in your life, I want you to just be like, this time I'm going to do this instead. Okay? Because I promise you, when you spend time getting crystal clear on what it is that you're working towards, guess what? The chances of you actually achieving that grows exponentially, okay? Because now you have direction. Without direction, it's kind of like just getting in your car, not knowing where you're going, and be like, oh, where do I go? Millions of questions pop through your head, decision fatigue, confusion, okay? We don't want any of that right now, especially not with where you want to go in life. So schedule it, do it, okay? And then bonus points for sharing it with your spouse and having them do it. And then having a conversation about whether you guys agree, and having a conversation on where you have overlapping goals for your vision. And then you have an accountability partner, right? I mean, you're always going to get to a goal faster when you two agree on where you're going. And then maybe your vision can evolve after having a conversation with your spouse, because that's always kind of nice, is like, oh, I didn't think about that. I want that too. Okay. In this case, two heads are better than one. So that's step one, is establishing a vision. Once you have that vision, it simplifies life so much. Anytime you are faced with a decision, all you have to do is ask yourself, does this get me closer to the vision or farther away? And if it gets you closer, it's a no-brainer. If it gets you farther away, then you are faced with the decision of, is this worth it to me to do this, even though it either doesn't make me get closer to my goal or it sets me back? That's it. That helps decision making so much easier. It simplifies the process instead of you feeling like you're just spinning your wheels, not really knowing what to do, because you've done the legwork. You've done your homework, establishing your vision. You know exactly where you're going. And now it's just about, okay, does it get me closer or does it not get me closer? Okay. And then step two of this is setting an intention every single day, every single moment, if you get the chance, every single occasion, event that you experience. And how do you do this? All you have to do is ask yourself, how do I want to feel? Like, for example, when you wake up, how do I want to feel today? Okay, this is where affirmations are so powerful. If you are a mom like me and you are working through your own stuff with patience with your kids, with anger, with frustration, with, I don't know, anything, you telling yourself how you want to be as a person, as a spouse, as a parent, is going to make such a big difference, because it's going to steer you in the direction of making decisions and affecting your behavior in a way that helps you feel the way you want to feel. So, for example, before dinner time, which in my household tends to be one of the more stressful times of the day because it's like herding cats, right? Hey, please stay seated. It's time to eat. Hey, are you done with dinner? Hey, da da da, right? I know I'm preaching to the choir here, so I'm not going to go into that. But if I tell myself, okay, how do I want dinner to go? I want it to be fun. I want it to be a time where we can connect. I want to be patient. I want to be a very present mom. So what do I have to do to accomplish that? Well, I'm going to have my phone somewhere else or flipped upside down. I'm going to consciously not check it if it vibrates, or if that's difficult for you, then put your phone on do not disturb or silence it so it doesn't vibrate or make noise. And I am going to intentionally ask questions to hear about their day, not just how was your day, but rather who did you play with? What was something funny that happened today? Right? Very specific questions that my kids can easily answer, but will give you more context to how their day went than how was your day. Okay. I'm going to think twice about how I interact with them during dinner because I know that I don't want to lose my shit. I know that I don't want them to feel like they're just being demanded of left and right. So I'm going to be more conscious and purposeful with how I interact with them. So that's what I mean by intentional. Okay. We get to decide how we want to feel and do so intentionally so that we know what we're going to focus on. We know what we're going to do, how we're going to behave so that we can make that goal of how we want to feel that much more attainable. That way, we're less reactive and we're more proactive. We are deciding this is how I want to be, and these are the things that I'm going to do to help myself feel that way. And in the context of marriage, if you are struggling in your marriage right now, right, all you two do is disagree and argue, and nothing feels good right now. You don't feel connected. You feel like co parenting roommates. You feel like you are constantly misunderstanding each other. There's no fun being had between you two. You don't even look like you're friends, okay? You're just in the business of raising your kids together and you live in the same house. But if someone else were to see you guys, they would not guess that you guys are married. They definitely wouldn't guess that you are happily married, okay? Then ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? How do I want to feel about my marriage? So one might say, I want to feel happy. I want to feel connected. I want to feel light. I want to feel like we're partners. I want to feel like we have fun together. Okay, cool. Well, what are you going to do about that? And then your monkey brain might be like, well, if they did this, then I would be that way. But no, 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 no. Here I am as your marriage coach telling you we can't control other people. So, what we can control is ourselves, our attitude, how we behave, how we respond. Okay. So, if we want to feel those things in our marriage, what are we going to do with ourselves to help us feel that way? So, maybe we will be more open. Maybe we will do something nice for them, okay? Because as much as we can very easily go into victim mentality and be like, wow, our marriage sucks right now because they don't help out enough, or they haven't played a date in a while. What effort are they putting in? Why should I put in effort if they're not putting in the effort? Okay. I've been here. Sometimes I visit. And then when I realize I'm visiting, I quickly exit because I don't like to be there. It's not helpful for the marriage. Okay. But when you notice yourself in victim mentality, I want you to remind yourself, yes, I am affected by what my husband does and doesn't do, but also what I do and not do affects him. Okay. So it's a two-way street. So, what have I not been doing lately that has contributed to where we're at right now? Right? Have I been flirting? Have I been planning stuff? Have I been verbalizing what I need and what I want? Have I been going the extra mile to do things just because to make them feel special, to make them feel seen, to make them feel like they're wanted and connecting with them? I'm going to bet the answer is no. Okay. So, yeah, it doesn't feel good when it's not reciprocated. But also, sometimes when we haven't been getting what we need for a while, we don't say anything, right? Or if we are saying something, it's not done so tactfully or respectfully. So why would they want to do that thing if they're just being emasculated in the process? They're just being criticized and insulted and disrespected. Okay. So instead, I want you to think of, okay, what can I do to back up how I want to feel? How do I want to be as a wife? How does the version of me that has that vision, that's living that vision out, how does that version of me behave? How does that version of me talk? What am I doing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis to allow me to have that future? How can I align what I'm saying, what I'm doing, what I'm feeling, what my attitude is, my mindset to that vision? And then alter what you do to have that. Sometimes that is just very simple and saying, hey, I really miss going on dates with you. I would really love to sit down with you and plan one out. Or it could look like something a little more uncomfortable, like having uncomfortable conversations about what's going on so that you two can bring more awareness to how you're each feeling, what you're both wanting, and then working through that. And sometimes that looks like, hey, I don't really know how to have that conversation. So I think maybe we should work with someone because I don't want us to stay stuck here. I want us to enjoy our marriage. This is what I see for us. And right now, I can see that neither of us is close to having that with each other. And I've just about tried everything I can think of. And now we need to bring in an expert and work with a marriage coach or a therapist, whatever your preferred approach is, so that we can get an objective perspective on what's going on and get the advice and the tools that we need to be able to move us forward. Okay. When we have the vision, we have direction. And when we have direction, we can set intentions for ourselves so that we don't get stuck doing the same shit every single day and wondering why nothing is changing. We put ourselves in the driver's seat of our life, of our marriage, of our experience with parenthood, and we're able to steer the car in the direction that we want it to go and not feel like we are helpless, just waiting for someone else to do something and change things for us. Okay. And like I said, just as much as what your spouse is doing and saying is affecting you, you have an effect on them too, which means that you have the power to impact your life, your family life positively. Okay. You can affect it negatively too, but I'm going to guess that you want to affect it positively. And so, what are the steps that you need to take to do that, to accomplish that? Because what you have come up with for your vision is what you deserve and then some. So, the ball's in your court. Whether you believe it or not, it is. So, what are you going to do about it? Okay. So, my invitation to you is if you are not loving how your marriage feels right now, or loving how your experience of parenthood is going right now, then take time, make time to establish that vision, share that with your spouse, understand what their vision is so that you two are on the same page with most things, and then be intentional every single day. Okay. When we're intentional, that's when it's easy to pivot. When we notice we're kind of like reverting back to our old selves, like, oh, wait, no, pause, pivot. This is the direction we're going in. Leaning back on your vision. Okay. That's how you're going to see progress in your marriage, in your life steadily. And that's how it's going to feel like your vision is more attainable, because every single day, even if it's 1% at a time, 0.5% at a time, you are taking steps towards that. So it's just going to be like, oh, I see it. Oh, it feels so close. Oh, we're living it. And then you get to create a brand new vision. Okay. Because what it is that you want out of your marriage, out of your life, it likely isn't as far as you think it might be right now. So follow these 2 steps, and I promise you, your life is going to look different this time a month from now, this time a year from now, definitely 5 years from now. Okay? So if you have any questions, or if you need any help with this at all, or any help with anything that will help you align to that vision and stay intentional every single day to see your marriage improve, to see it change for the positive, reach out to me. Book a call with me. Let's talk. I would love to help you make your vision come true. Make your vision a reality, because you deserve it, and I'd love to help you get there. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you know someone that feels stuck and could benefit from hearing this, please share this with them, okay? You sharing this podcast and leaving a review is what helps this podcast grow. And I'm so grateful for those of you who have done that. And I'll catch you back here on the next episode. See you later. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please send me a message over on Instagram at Michelle Perta Coaching to let me know what you loved most about it. Hearing from my listeners is my absolute favorite. And if you've been loving this podcast, please leave a rating and review. This will help people like you find the show and get the help they need. Catch you here on the next episode. Bye.